Today's video, we're using buttons from the button box to complete our mini challenge in the challenge number 3. For the details, stay tuned. Hi everybody, it's Julie. I'm here with the mini challenge in the challenge number 3, and we are going to be using 5 buttons in projects. So you can make one project with 5 buttons, or you can make 5 different projects. You can use the buttons however you want to. I'm just going to give you a couple of ideas using my mom's button box that we've been looking at. So we had a live video where we looked at what was in here and gave away fun prizes. And let's see, this week we've also used our envelope punch board. So we're going to do that to make an envelope out of this page that we made. I took one of the napkins, so one of these napkins, and I adhered it to paper with cling wrap, and that was a video I believe yesterday, so you can go ahead and check that out. So what I'm going to do is I like this side to be my flap, so I'm going to go ahead and measure, and we are just a tiny bit under 8.5 that way. And so we're going to take this one and make it a little under 8.5. Is there an envelope that we can make with 8.5 inch paper? Because we ran into that before. Yes, we can do a 5 by 5.5 inch envelope. Okay, so there we go. Okay, so I have my envelope piece cut out. We're going to get these other things out of the way. We'll just turn the button box. Okay, so 8.5 by 8.5, and it's 4 1/8 is its place. So 1, 2, 3, 4 1/8, and hopefully I do this so that I get my flap correct. If not, oh well. Okay, so we're going to punch it and then score it. I love this paper. I think it's going to look amazing with the bird, beautiful bird digital kit that's on sale this weekend, as well as Tea and Roses, which is also on sale this weekend. So, and okay, I can't see. I'm using it in my Valentine journal that we've been working on. Okay, so here. And there we go. So that was the We Are Mimic Keepers envelope punch board. We used that in a video earlier this week. Okay. Isn't this making a beautiful envelope? Wow. Okay, and there's our flap. So that worked. I started with where I wanted the flap to be. So we're going to go like this, put this up, put that down. Okay, forgot to use the other, we have our little punch on the other side. We're going to punch this, punch. go ahead and find a couple buttons that I like. That one kind of pops up a little bit more than what I want, so maybe a couple of the smaller buttons. And they don't have to match. You don't have to use 5 of the same buttons. Who has a button box and who uses their buttons in their journals? I usually forget, so there's 2 different ones. And for the sake of time, we're going to go ahead and go with this. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and tie a knot on the end of my string. And this time, I'm going to use the knot on the end of my string, and I'm going to start on this side. Okay, so I'm going to start on the right side with the knot, and that is actually going to help my my button stand up off of the page. Okay, so we're coming back. I'm gonna grab it, and I'm just gonna sew it. You could glue it on, not for this. I wouldn't glue it on for this use. Oh, naturally, being so good, and we end up with a knot. That's easy enough to fix, right? And we'll start over. It was like, but I want a knot on this side. You can't have a knot on that side. You don't get to. You don't get to. Okay, so here we go. Oh. I'm in a hurry because Tom is taking some stuff to drop off some stuff, and that's how much time I have before we have to leave to go. And we have a birthday party today for the amazing man that took care of my brother for many, 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 many years. And both he and my brother shared the same birthday, which is today, and we are his family, and so we are having a party for him today. And he has an amazing story, absolutely an amazing man, and we do love him like family. He took better care of my brother than anybody else. You couldn't even imagine. And he would take my brother to all of the things and the places, and he would dance with him. And my brother had cerebral palsy and was in a wheelchair, and he just, guys, I mean, he was such a blessing. And then when my parents got older, he took care of them, and having no idea that he was the same age as my mom. So anyway, our family's all getting together for a party for him today, as well as I also have a little memorial thing to go to today for I call her my fake sister. She passed away last year also, so there's a special little service thing, not service, but a little thing that I've been invited to, and so I'm going to that. And yeah, so there's our first button, and you saw that I wrapped it around, and that's to pop it up so that I will be able to easily do this. So we're going to do this again for the other button. Okay, now this one's going to come down like this. I'm gonna want this other button to be kind of down here. And so let's go ahead and start it. This paper feels amazing, you guys. It feels like fancy linen paper. And that's because of the napkin and the cling wrap. You know, I fought trying this for a long time. In the February challenge, one of the elements, you have to try something new. And so I'm like going, what am I going to do? And then somebody had mentioned on one of my videos, well, several people had mentioned on my videos this month that I should try this, or try the napkin and cling wrap, and for adhering my napkins to paper. And tell you what, I'm going to be lining them up. I also have done, I did a full napkin video for my new channel, the Dear Julie DIY, and that will come up next week. It is a spring decor, and so here we're going to just see, we're just wrapping it around, and then we're going to continue back through. And yeah, there's a little bit of a mess on the other side of this paper, but you can go ahead and fix that. And then what I did was I went around my bead again, and then I went around one more time, but this time I held it and put it in, did a knot. Okay, there we go. And we'll do that twice. Okay, and that extra part of the knot that hit it, but it also will help have that stand up. And now this is the bottom one, so I'm gonna leave this string hanging here. Okay, and we'll go ahead and go ahead and do this. You could cross it, and there we have a button closure for an envelope. Okay, so, and then that can just sit into your journal. It doesn't even really need to go into a pocket, but you could also use that for other things. I like that there's two different buttons. If your buttons were not a color that you wanted, you could go ahead and paint them with fingernail polish. And so there you go, we have that button. So well, another thing that I thought that we would be really cool is to put a button in the middle of one of the doily flowers. We'll just go ahead and cut off one of these for the purpose of showing it. For using it in my journal, I would actually use the one like we've been using. So then I want to find a button that is going to show that off. That's too big. Okay, I like that, but I think a white button might be pretty in here. Some kind of a messy button. And most of these were off of clothes and things because they are, there we go, we gotta pull the string out of it. Okay, so there's this, and we can go ahead and attach that to something. Okay, so I have this started for my antique garden, and I think that might be kind of cool, just right on there. And so same thing, we'll just go ahead and sew it on, or you can glue it. And if you're gonna glue it, then I should have left the sewn part. So here's one that's sewn, and you can just go ahead and there. Okay, so if you have a sewn button, and I'm just saying that it's got thread still in it. This is our little paper clip. So we can go ahead and add some fabric tack to add our doily. And then we're gonna make a full puddle because when I glue a button on, the glue needs to come up around the button and surround it, is what I've found is, there we go. Okay, so that's 3, and I'll be able to use that. Now your mini challenge and the challenge, you can use those in any of your projects. You can even make your mini challenge and have it be for an upcoming project, something that you haven't even started yet. Okay, so I have this fun piece of ruffle, and so for a fun piece of ruffle, since it's probably going to the outside of my journal, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add a couple of buttons that will kind of they'll be on the outside. I'm going to start it down here in case I want to end up cutting it off and making it a tab. But this is something you could do while you're watching TV. You know, just adding buttons to ruffles. I'm just going to go ahead and sew this one in, and I'm going to do both sides straight. You could go ahead and crisscross, which looks really cool. You could do one of each. Your buttons don't need to match. It is a junk journal, so you know, it's really cool to have them not match. So here we go, and you could go ahead and add your buttons along and then cut these, and these could be tabs. They don't have to be the ruffle. And so another one that is kind of obvious is, you know, we've been using these cards. I think we just have a couple more of these, and we can go ahead and take buttons and just glue them onto our card or our element, just like this. One's more grungy than what I want. Oh cool, there's one that's sewn. So just attaching a few in a little grouping. And there you go. So we have closed an envelope and used 2. We have added with our little piece of the doily, we've added it onto the edge of a ruffle and onto our paper. And of course the challenge is to use 5, but you can go on and on and on. Ways to use your button. Don't forget that this weekend we have the bird journal, Beautiful Birds digital journal kit is on sale in the Dear Julie Etsy shop. It just launched. There's the fluffy fuzzy vignette, there's the regular. You get several pages and ephemera, so that digital kit is on sale. The birds and deer digital kit is on sale, so if you're still ending up with snow and looking for some snowy items, there's the birds and deer digital kit. And also the Tea and Roses digital kit is on sale. And the love songs, old-fashioned love songs. So check those out. The Dear Julie Etsy shop. That is through Monday, February 17th. Find something to celebrate every day. Don't forget to go make your mini challenge in the challenge. Put it in the February Just Finish It Junk Journal Challenge. The details video for that is down below. Have a great day. Bye-bye. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.